Breaking news, my lovely, wonderful people, is happening. Senate has adjourned plenary till September. Natasha may just have to serve out her suspension. It was intentional, calculated, and well thought about. Now, this was why there was an uproar in the Senate where you see that there was a shout between the Senate president and Bamidele, Senator Bamidele saying, one person has to leave. And afterwards, the Senate has adjourned where they have taken a recess for the next 2 months. Already, Senator Natasha has served out 4 months for suspension. If the Senate is on recess and will have to be back, by the time they will be resuming, her 6 month suspension will be all done. So it was intentional, well calculated, and they wanted to just make her know that they are the boss. She was supposed to resume on Tuesday, but they really calculated it, and today we can see what it is. Well, Nigerian senators who are supposed to be adhering to the law and order and ensuring that truth, honesty, and justice is put in place. These are the very same people who do not want to obey the law. When it's convenient, it's easy to dash out instructions. Now, wow, brotherly. We all know what brotherly is. If you have not seen that movie, please go and see it. It is very interesting. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Senate adjourned plenary till September. Natasha may have to serve out her full suspension. The Nigerian Senate on Thursday adjourned plenary until September 23rd, 2025. It is an annual recess, effectively ensuring that embittered Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan serve out the remaining of her 6 month suspension, which was pronounced upon her. This is intentional, and they have planned it in such a way that she will have to serve it out. The Senate president wants to make sure he proves to her that he is the boss. Report that the adjournment came just 2 days after the suspended senator of Kogi Central was barred from resuming legislative duties, despite a court ruling declares her suspension unconstitutional. Akpoti-Uduaghan, who was suspended on March the 6th, 2025, follows a heated exchange during a plenary over her refusal to change seats, is expected to resume after the expiration of the 6 month suspension period, which is supposed to be September the 6th. However, with the Senate now on recess till September 23rd, she will have the opportunity to rejoin the plenary before that day, despite insisting on Tuesday that her suspension was both fraudulent and contentious. Akpoti-Uduaghan told journalists even the suspension was fraudulent and the document was faulty. I will have a meeting with the legal team so that they can proceed with the apex court to seek an interpretation of what just happened. I am a law-abiding citizen, and I will not do what is unnecessary. I will only do the necessary. She also accused the Senate President Godwin Akpabio of acting unlawfully, alleging he overstepped his authority in enforcing the suspension. Currently, things are beyond you can ever imagine. Announcing what is currently on ground, things are beginning to go beyond one can imagine, and currently announcing the recess, Akpabio said the adjournment aligned with the National Assembly legislative calendar, adding that the House of Representatives have already proceeded on its break. We have turned a new calendar already that will take us to the next year, June, and so it has fallen within this period for us to go on a break to enable us to undertake major oversight on all of this. He stated on the Senate floor, while preliminary section will be paused, the Senate President directed all standing committee to continue with their assignment, urging them to file reports promptly upon resumption. Akpabio used the opportunity to mandate lawmakers to carry out Oversight functions during the break. You are moving from plenary for the next few weeks, but you are not stopping your legislative function. Members are expected to travel to Sokoto everywhere to observe the road repair that are ongoing. By the time we resume, you are expected to bring your report committee by committee for us to look into, he said. He highlighted the diaspora committee, internal committee, and preparatory committee, among others, urging them to undertake visits to prisons and other field assigned during the break. The Senate leader, Opeyemi Bamidele, lauded his colleague for their contribution so far to this legislative year. We thank all our colleagues for all they have done to ensure that the business of lawmaking on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria has progressed smoothly, Bamidele said before moving to the motion to defer all outstanding matters to the next legislative day. The motion was unanimously adopted by the chamber. In a sonnet tone, Akpabio announced the death of Professor Janet Blake, wife of Senator D.K. Blake, and informed senators that arrangements have been made to attend her funeral in Plateau State. He said, arrangements are being made for senators to travel to Plateau State on Friday with security. I'm surprised. Senate President is talking about security being put in place for them to attend one of their senators' late wife's burial. Wow, how convenient. So you know that there is no security to go into Plateau State, and yet you keep quiet and you're quiet. Wow. Nigeria, my country. These are supposed to be senators to travel to Plateau State to attend the funeral with a plane scheduled to depart Abuja 8 a.m. Welcome to the wonderful place called Nigeria. My people, now waiting they happen be this so. So it was intentional, it was well calculated to ensure that this lady will be shown that they are the boss. However, God passed them. Anyway, my lovely, wonderful people, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. Remember, you have a voice and we must continue to speak out to end all atrocities. God bless. Bye for now.